Hello y'all, this is Across Dnieper, a mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that explores the Russo-Ukrainian War. This conflict sees the two neighboring countries locked in a struggle for, among other things, control over the Dnieper River. Hitting new game, we have a choice of two scenarios, and they are one that starts in 2014 and one that starts in 2022. And I'm going to go with the 2014 one. And for full disclosure, I am playing a closed accessed version of this mod, which is currently in pre-alpha, but this closed access version was provided to me by the developers, and it has a little bit more content in it, I believe, and I just wanted to be transparent about that. And we're now on the select country screen, and in this 2014 scenario, it is before the Russians moved into Crimea and before the war in the Donbass was underway. And there are a few notable countries here, and they are Ukraine, the Russian Federation, Poland, Romania, Moldova, Lithuania, Slovakia, Transnistria, Belarus, and Serbia. Before I even go over any features in this modification, let me just cover all of the states in its very Eastern Europe focused map. And so all of the nations and countries within this plain area, I guess you could call it, are Ukraine, the Russian Federation, who leads a faction called the CSTO, which consists of themselves and the Republic of Belarus, but they also have military access with Transnistria, Abkhazia, and Wagner. PMC Wagner is a thing, but I don't know where they are on the map. I really can't find... Oh, they're right here. Wow, they're right... Wow. They're tiny. I mean, it's not shocking at this time, I guess, for them to be just kind of there. Then we have Abkhazia and Georgia. And going over to Eastern Europe, there is Transnistria. Let me find them. Click on them. Transnistria, Moldova, Romania. Romania is part of NATO. And the interesting thing about NATO in Across Dnieper is that the USA leads it, but they're barely even on the map. But we got Bulgaria, here's Serbia, there's Kosovo, who's just kind of around, Montenegro is around, Bosnia, Herzegovina, they also exist. There's Croatia, part of NATO, Hungary, part of NATO, we have Slovakia, part of NATO, Poland, NATO, Czechia, NATO, Belarus is part of the CSTO, and there is Lithuania, who's part of NATO, and that's all of the countries that exist in this mod at January 1st, 2014. And let me go over some more features now, since I got all that geopolitics out of the way, I guess. And so far, I think only Ukraine and Russia, the Russian Federation, have focus trees at this time as a recording. And there are, I'm just going to go over this whole political tab. We have a few different ideologies, and they're kind of split up into different categories and sections, but they are fascism, ultranationalism, military junta, Eastern conservative, populist, neoconservative, neoliberal, Eastern liberal, libertarianism, social democrat, socialist, moderate communist, hardline communist, anarchist, monarchist, and theocrat. So that's a lot of ideologies for any HOI4 mod. And let's go through the law, government, and policies now. We have the conscription law. There is political system. Political systems are new. Economy law. And there is the press law, free trade union. Well, labor laws are here. There is neutral policy. Well, foreign policy. We have foreign policy. There's political advisors. That's a standard thing to see in Hearts of Iron 4. Then we have societal attitudes and regulations. And this includes stuff such as religion, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, minority rights, nationalism, alcohol and narcotics, and well, that's all of that little category, well, that tab, well, that section there. Then we got research and production, and we have tank designers. Okay, this just seems like a basic thing from HOI4, and then we have military staff. So evidently there are some new law, government, and policy stuff, as well as the societal attitudes and regulations. That's all new. And what is this here? This Ukraine-shaped thing. Let me click on that. Oh, it's a map. Oh, it's the Oblast ethnicity, I think. Is green supposed to mean Russian and blue is Ukrainian? I don't know. It's interesting, though. That's very interesting. Nice little UI, I'll say that much. Then for research, let me go through this. We have the tech tree has kind of been changed around. We have infantry anti-tank, infantry anti-air. That fits for the modern setting of across Dnieper. There is mobile infantry. There's no mechanized, I think, here. We have elite special forces. That is something to be aware of. And there is that. Then for support companies, this seems about right. We have trains. Yes, that seems vanilla HOI4 like. Armor, that's different. We have MBT design. And Ukraine, for example, in 2014 has stuff like the T-90 research. There is infantry fighting vehicle research to be concerned about. We also have modern tank doctrine. And moving on now, artillery is next. This seems about like vanilla HOI4. There's no anti-tank artillery. It looks like what there is rocket artillery, and anti-air. But there's no anti-tank. There's just no anti-tank category here. We have naval. That seems more like very much vanilla HOI4. Naval support is here. Good. Air seems a little different. And what is here? So we have 5th generation fighters that can be researched. And this is like reminds me a lot of the the By Blood Alone aircraft system. And for engineering, that's somewhat, it's been altered a little bit. And we have 4G satellites. That's like the computing system. That would be in vanilla HOI4. We have rocketry. And we have drones. You can research drones. And lastly, there is industry. And this seems exactly like vanilla. This seems exactly like vanilla HOI4. And that's what it looks like. Then for templates, let me just see divisions. We got armor divisions. They're here. Mechanized brigades. Airborne brigades. A lot of just heavily mechanized units, but that's pretty common in modern day HOI4 mods just due to how the general nature of modern combat is. And I think I've looked at mostly everything. Oh, I forgot to mention there is this GDP system. And is there any special decisions? Okay, there is. Yeah, we have the State of the Nation, and that's just something for Ukraine. And there's like different factions. So you have the nationalists, the liberals, the Russians, and the oligarchs. And yeah, I don't know if the Russian Federation has anything similar in this mod, but Ukraine definitely has a mechanic like that to at least give you an overview on how the different political factions within the country are feeling. And I think that's it. This has been Across Dnieper. What do you think of this mod? Tell me in the comments section below. And after you do that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.